I'm Rebecca, and today I'm here to talk to you about the Lux series. Now, this series is about a girl named Katie who moves to West Virginia and finds out that her neighbors are aliens. There are 5 books in the series. The first 2 are Obsidian and On It. The second 2 are Opal and Origin, and the 5th is Opposition. This one also has the novella Shadows that tells the beginning of the story, like how it all began. I gave the series 5 stars overall. I thought that the first 2 books, there were a couple of points that I didn't think really fit the characters or what they would say, so I only gave it 4 stars, but I gave the other books 5 stars whenever I reviewed them. Now, I'm not going to do like a synopsis or discuss like everything that happens in all the books. So this is not a spoiler-free review. I don't know if this would actually be considered a review, but I'm just going to talk about a few points that I saw in the books that I just wanted to bring up and discuss. So if you don't want to get spoiled, I would recommend turning off the video now. My first point that I want to talk about is in Onyx, and it's when Blake tells Katie that the arm attacks that took place during Obsidian were actually planned by the DoD. They actually sent arms to her to attack her in hopes that the Luxan would heal her and turn her into a hybrid. I'm not sure why, but that's not really talked about very much in the remaining books. The fact that the DoD actually sent the Aurum to attack them. It's referenced a few times to Damon that if he had never healed her, this would not be happening. Since he was attracted to her from the very beginning, he didn't really have a choice in whether he healed her or not. I don't know, that kind of bothered me that they kept bringing up if he had never healed her, but they had also mentioned that the DoD had set up the attacks, but they don't mention it in the remaining books. The next thing that I found kind of interesting and weird is in Opal and Blake with all his stalker kind of like, I love her but she can't know that I love her kind of thing. I don't know if he like just couldn't help himself or what, but I thought that she made it pretty clear that she hated him, and him sneaking into her room and laying down next to her was really creepy. Like, it really creeped me out. The next thing I want to mention takes place during Origin, and it's when Matthew tries to explain why he turned them into the DoD. And it's something that I wish was brought up a little more, but he says how he doesn't want to go through it again. Like, I wish I knew what happened, what he had gone through originally that made it where he turned in what essentially were his own children. I mean, they weren't really his children, but he was their guardian, and I don't get why he thought it was better for them to be in the hands of the government. And I wish that it had been talked about a little more. I wish that there had possibly been a little bit of a story as to what had happened to him in the past and why he made those decisions, because all it really mentions is that he doesn't have any family, and then he says that he doesn't want to go through it again. I wish that they had touched on that a little more. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is just kind of something I found a little silly and humorous, and I really enjoyed it being part of the books. But in Opposition, whenever Katie doesn't want Archer in her head, like reading her thoughts, she pictures, one of the things is belly dancing foxes wearing grass skirts. The next one was whenever she found out that Sadie was an Origin and she doesn't want her to know about her plan, so she pictures them twerking. I just thought that those were hilarious little additions and kind of broke up the stress of all the action that was going on during most of the other parts of the book. The last thing I really want to talk about is during the prequel novella, Shadows, that Beth enjoys painting. And that's not something that is brought up in any of the books, which I thought was a little weird, especially since during all the books they mention that Katie is a book nerd and that she loves blogging about books and loves doing these book reviews, and in the end she gets to go back to doing that, and it doesn't ever bring Beth's love of painting into it at all. I don't know why Jennifer didn't give her that fullness of a character during the other books. There were plenty of times that she could have brought up if she'll ever start painting again, or the fact that she loves painting, that being something that she likes to do. I don't know why she didn't flesh out Beth a little more during the other books by giving her the painting, like letting her paint or referencing it at all, and maybe giving her painting back, like she's doing better, she's gone back to painting, like at the end of the book. I don't get why she didn't have that in the series, but it's part of this prequel novella. That's really all I have to say about the Lux series. It was an amazing series. Those were just a few points that I wanted to kind of point out and talk about. If you have any other questions or thoughts about the series, you can comment below. I would say that if you're not wanting spoilers, again, you probably don't want to read the comments. I'll see you next time. Bye!